Hi everyone, welcome to my live at 5 once again. It's Wednesday, and every Wednesday I like to do a live, just to have a chat with everyone and just see exactly where you are, just to have a little bit of a chat. Now this week is particularly special because tomorrow I've been with Supermums for 12 months. So I just wanted to do really a little bit of a review in terms of where I've come from, what I've done. I talk to people all day, every day about, pivoting your career. I talk to people globally about, getting started on your journey. Well, I just thought it might be nice for those that I haven't spoken to already to know where I came from and what got me to here, where I am today, sat working here for Supermums. So, do you know what? I started looking round at different photos just to sort of get a bit of a reminder on what's happened in this year. And do you know what? It's crazy because every time I saw a picture, I went, yeah, I forgot about that one. But I just wanted to tell you a little bit about me, about what I did before, and again, what's happened within this last 12 months, because I just felt that it was quite interesting and useful for you to see possibilities out there. I always like to say to people, never settle, and I genuinely mean that. If you're not happy what you're doing, and you feel like you want to change, then do you know what? Have the courage to just do it, because what's the worst that can happen, really? So in terms of me, I am happily married. I have 2 grown-up children and 3 beautiful, adorable little granddaughters who make me smile every day. So that's a little bit about me. I live in North Devon, and I'm live near the beach, so we like to go for a sea swim every now and again when the weather is nice, which obviously isn't that often. So a little bit about what I did before. So I like to change it up a little bit every so often. I don't know. I know they normally say 7 years, but it doesn't always figure that way. But I did previously have video shops back in the day, which was really great because we used to have all the new films that came in and all that exciting stuff. I then moved on. I had a takeaway and then a pub and 2 nightclubs. So everything that brings. I was the doorman, I was the bottle washer, I was on the bar, I did a bit of DJing, so all of that. So quite a mixed bag in terms of my job role there. And then when we sold everything and I was looking for something different, I was approached by a local estate agent. So I went and worked for the estate agent and started selling properties. So I did a bit of valuing and negotiating and all of that, and that was really great. I then had a local developer who came in to the office to find out some local information, and they offered me a job. And I genuinely had 11 really happy years there. I worked for a retirement developer who sold absolutely stunning apartments. So I got to go every day to some beautiful places and show people around some lovely developments. And I absolutely loved that. But do you know, when it's just time, you think, maybe I don't want to drive hundreds of miles anymore every day. Maybe I want to find something a little bit more, working from home. And, I think you just know. So I decided to change my career. Now, within my last role with the retirement company, they use Salesforce, as do over 90% of the Fortune 500. And I found that that's something that I really, really enjoyed. I tended to be the trailblazer, someone that everyone went to ask questions. I don't quite know how, but I seem to get it. So I just thought it seemed like a great natural progression for me to go into the Salesforce space. With that in mind, I gave my notice in, as I said. So I finished with, and do you know what? I worked with some absolutely lovely people over the years. So I do miss all of them, of course. But I just, as I say, I knew it was time for a change. So I handed my notice in. I knew that I was going to study and learn Salesforce. So I found out how to get started. I spoke to people. I did a bit of research. And then I managed to start doing a bit of Trailhead. Trailhead is free resource from Salesforce, so it was quite good to start learning on my own and finding out a little bit about Salesforce and doing some trails. And for those that haven't done it already, it's great fun because you get a nice shiny badge every time you do you get some questions right and that sort of thing. So I quite enjoyed doing that. I then signed up and did some Udemy. Udemy is online content, and again, it's training in Salesforce. But what I found was that I just needed some structure and guidance. I'm not very good at just going off on my own. I think I needed someone to be saying to me, Lynn, you need to show up here on Monday at 2 o'clock, and then I'd show up. So I think it was quite important for me. So I came across Supermums, and I looked into Supermums. It looked great. In fact, it looked too good to be true, if I'm honest, because the community side of it, everybody looked so friendly and so lovely. And I don't know. I think I was a bit suspicious about, what is this all about? Anyway, I had a lovely conversation with a lady and I signed up to do their training course. And then I just got more and more into Salesforce. And for those of you that have Salesforce knowledge, if you have a career in tech, you'll know how it draws you in. And the more you learn, the more you want to learn. And so I got to that point and I felt that I needed to learn more. So I did a bit of temping. So I worked for a local property developer. Local to me. It was only up in Tiverton, so not too far away from where I am, probably an hour. So I'd go up there in the morning and then probably go and show people around houses. So slightly different to what I was doing, but it enabled me to earn a little bit of money, to pay the bills while I was, distraction. The joys of working from home, while I was learning how to do Salesforce with the intention of going into a Salesforce admin role. And do you know what? It's quite funny, isn't it? How you set off down a certain journey and you think, right, okay, this is where I'm going to go. And then all of a sudden there's a fork in the road and you're like, shall I go this way or this way? Anyway, Supermums were advertising for a customer success manager. And I had already been drawn into Supermums because I was training with them. I found that because Supermums is a Salesforce authorized training provider, everyone in the industry seemed to know Supermums. And I just thought, how exciting would it be to work for them? So I applied. I did an online interview with Heather, who said that she actually already knew me from LinkedIn. So that's always a great tip for anybody. Make sure that your personal brand is out there and on LinkedIn. So I had an interview with Heather. I put a presentation together for Heather. I then had a further interview with Zoe, and here I am. I got the job. And now 12 months later, tomorrow, I've been in the role for 12 months and I've absolutely loved it. I've watched people who have come on their initial call with me and said, I don't really know what to do next. Can you give me some advice? The beauty of me is because not only can I advise with the Supermums hat on, I've already been where you may have been. So it's quite nice to be able to advise you from a personal perspective as well as from a Supermums perspective. So I've been with Supermums, as I say, tomorrow for 12 months. And I've met some amazing people who have gone on to do some really great things. A lot of people have got some really great careers out of it. So I'm so proud of every one of them that I've had the initial conversation with. And the great thing as well is the alumni, the community of Supermums is just awesome. We occasionally will meet up in person. I obviously work from home most of the time now. So whereas I was driving hundreds of miles every day, leaving home at 6 in the morning and getting home at 10 at night, I now pretty much walk from my bedroom to my office. So it's quite nice and easy. And when I finish this today, that will be me done for the day. And I shall go in the garden because the sun's out and play with the grandchildren. So it's quite nice to have that work-life balance, which I didn't have before. So I wanted to put together some pictures, which I'll release tomorrow, of my year in review. But do you know, I just started looking at the pictures and I was like, oh, I remember doing that. Oh, I remember doing that. And it's bits that you forget because there's so many of them. There's so many great things. We tend to go up to London probably once a month, and we've worked out of some amazing offices looking all over the city. You know, it's such a change from where I was, and to you know, to be where I am. I get the train up in the morning, and then back the same day. Normally, depending on exactly what we're doing. I mean, occasionally I'll stay over, but normally I come back the same day. So a few things that make up my year, and in no particular order because I couldn't probably put them in an order. But when I first started, I did a world tour. I've done 2 world tours now. World tour is where you go along with other Salesforce professionals. Everyone is so excited to talk to you, to share best practice, to let you know where they were in their career, where they've come from. You know, it's such a great collaboration. Everybody is just genuinely pleased to talk to you. So World Tour is amazing. I've done 2 of them now. Something else I did, which was an absolutely awesome day. I went, Heather released her book. So we had the book launch day in London, in King's Cross. And my job that day was to see where we were in the pecking order. So I spent all day getting everybody excited about, you know, we're first, we're number 1 on Amazon. So it was just such a great, real buzz of a day. And that was the book launch. Something else, anybody that has anything to do with Salesforce will either have or really want to go to the Salesforce Tower. And I did a presentation in Salesforce Tower. So again, that was just absolutely great. Something that I could have never dreamed of doing before. I spent a day with Heather at Jaguar Land Rover head office. They're doing some training with us, so that was a great day as well. It's just nice to be able to go to these places and see some amazing people, you know, and mix with some genuinely lovely people. So really great. We've had drinks on yachts. We've had picnics in the park. We've had games of frisbee and table tennis. One day we had. We've had some events in some, as I said, some great high-rise buildings overlooking London, which is just mesmerising for someone that lives in Devon. We had an event in Box, and if you have a look at the pictures tomorrow, because that will be good. I've got 2 certs along the way. We had a great day where we had a treasure hunt across London, and if you've ever watched Alan Sugar when they do that, it's something that I always wanted to do, and we did it, and my team won, so I was quite excited about that. So I mean, that's just genuinely to just mention a few things that I've done throughout this 12 months. I've worked with some truly amazing, inspiring, driven people who are so intent on making Supermums a success. We have call after call brainstorming everybody's got such great ideas, and everybody's always so excited to share their ideas. And obviously, when you put them into practice and they work, that's always a great big tick as well. So my last 12 months, I have to say, have been amazing. I know I like to use that word, but genuinely, I've loved every minute. I've had postcards through the post, well done for something that I've done. I've had messages. I mean, I've got a million WhatsApp channels with alumni, with the community, as well as with our teams. We probably got a WhatsApp channel and a Slack channel for just about everything. So it's just great to keep in contact with people. And of course, when you do work from home, it's nice to have that personal touch. And of course, one second. When we do meet up, it's just really great to be able to meet up with everyone. And just to chat, have that personal touch, have a hug. But I can honestly say I've had a genuinely amazing year, an amazing 12 months with Supermums. Of course, if anybody would like to ask me anything, I'm always happy to share my story. So feel free to send me a message, and I would be absolutely delighted to talk to you one-to-one. Anyone can do this. I know that I now work for Supermums, which, as I say, I feel truly lucky to do. But I didn't always work for Supermums. I did something before. We've had people that have been, for example, florists. I think there was a plumber that changed their career. And if you think that it's time to move on from what you're doing currently, from my point of view, I say do it. I wish I'd done this years ago. Of course, I do wish I'd done this years ago, but I wouldn't have missed a minute of my previous role as well. I did love doing that. But as I say, onwards and upwards. And I'm very happy with my current choice. So I'm not going anywhere. I'm here for the foreseeable. I will always be here. I will always be happy to help you. So any questions at all, just reach out and I'll be more than happy to guide you. In terms of a Salesforce career itself, which is where I'd set off to actually go, I think it's a great choice for that work-life balance. If you want to work from home, if you want to be able to be in a position where you can have some financial stability, as well as having that work-life balance, it's just so important. And I didn't realize before I did this job how important it is. In fact, I used to work weekends, and I've worked weekends for as long as I can remember. When I was working with the retirement company, I used to have Sunday, Monday off. And I know that sounds crazy because you've still got 2 days a week off. But for me, having Saturday and Sunday off it's like having not done it for so long, and it might mean nothing to someone that always has Saturday and Sunday off, but it's such a treat. The family's always off on a Saturday and Sunday, so it's just really nice. And I'll just finish up by saying thank you to every single person who's made my journey this last 12 months so amazing. Whether I work with you, and of course you are all beautiful inside out, or whether you are someone that's done training with us, I genuinely thank you from the bottom of my heart for everything that you've done. And I look forward to another year. So I can't do it with a gin and tonic, but cheers to the next 12 months. And thank you for listening. See you next Wednesday. Bye.